This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. I'm also live on DSTV channel 363. My name is Frema Dunyame.
And I am Michael Obodu. Coming up,
balloting for positions on the ballot paper for the 2020 elections ends with the New Patriotic Party picking the first lot and the National Democratic Congress the second.
In terms of all spheres of our economy, we are the number one. Everything in this country, KONADU has paved the way. He's the number one.
We are very happy about the number that we have picked. In actual fact, that was what we were expecting. We came in for 2 and we got 2.
Also coming up, disqualified presidential hopefuls threaten to sue EC over their exclusion from the 2020 polls.
I'm not worried if I don't contest this election, but we will go to court and sue EC and go for damages and claims.
Widow of slain Fansiman MP files her nomination to contest the parliamentary elections in the constituency.
Born in my moye into I'm a man who dare. According to my pa, oh yeah, no, you bet you do. And I'm a man we
And later, Greater Accra Regional Security Council vows to deal with any secessionist group found under its jurisdiction.
Critical installations in those places have been placed under security alert to forestall attempts by the group to launch any attack.
Now, in our first story, the presidential candidates contesting the 2020 general elections have balloted for positions on the ballot paper.
The New Patriotic Party picked the first slot, while the National Democratic Congress picked the second slot. Sixtus Don Ulu observed the balloting process and found this report.
President Akufo-Addo of the governing New Patriotic Party will go neck-to-neck with former President John Dramani Mahama of the largest opposition party, the National Democratic Congress, on the 2020 presidential ballot. This is the outcome of the balloting done by the parties on Tuesday. The NDC, prior to the balloting, expressed reservations about the Commission's approach to the exercise.
We are coming to do balloting. The essence of balloting is transparency and remove every element of bias. What we are saying is that there are 12 political parties. 11 political parties, 1 independent candidate. They are not going through the ballot. But to remove the element of bias, it is just fair that we see how the ballot is prepared in front of us. It's just 1 to 11. It is for this reason why even the main election, the ballot paper, it is provided in the law that political parties provide agents at the printing house.
But the party was satisfied after it picked the second position for its presidential and parliamentary candidates.
We are very happy about the number that we have picked. In actual fact, that was what we were expecting. We came in for 2 and we got 2. God has spoken and it's too sure. The second coming of JM, and you know what it means. When you talk about second coming, we talk about return.
So are you satisfied?
And yes, indeed, we are really satisfied. We are really satisfied.
For the NPP, though they would have preferred the number 4 position on the ballot, the number 1 position they secured is equally as significant and relevant.
It makes it very easier because in terms of all spheres of our economy, we are the number one. In terms of infrastructure development, in terms of managing the economy well, in terms of getting international recognition, in terms of everything in this country, KONADU has paved the way. He's the number 1.
These positions balloted for are significant for the orderly conduct of the polls. A deputy chairperson of the Electoral Commission in charge of operations, Samuel Tete, explains.
Where a candidate withdraws before the printing of the ballot papers, his or her position on the ballot paper shall be occupied by the next parliamentary candidate. This will, however, not apply if the withdrawal involves the last candidate on the ballot paper. 2, where a presidential candidate exists but without a parliamentary candidate, the next parliamentary candidate will be shifted upwards. By implication, a political party may be number 2 on the presidential ballot paper, but will be number 1 on the parliamentary ballot paper due to the shift.
With this done, the Electoral Commission is expected to start processes for the printing of the ballot papers. The various political parties participating in the process will be written to, so they can delegate representatives to observe the process.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. As part of the build-up to the December 7 elections, the Electoral Commission opened nominations for presidential aspirants to apply. Now, so far, 17 people applied, and out of that, 12 made it through and 5 have been disqualified. Out of the 5 who were disqualified, 2 were independent candidates and 3 are affiliated to political parties. Now, out of the 12 also that made it through, 1 is an independent candidate, and I'll walk you through the names of those who pulled through. First is ALFRED KWAME ASIEDU Walker, who is an independent candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo for the NPP, Christian Kwabena Andrews for GANE, Bridget Akosua Jogbenuku for PPP, John Dramani Mahama for the NDC, Ekwia Donko for GFP, Nana KONADU AGYEMAN RAWLINGS for NDP, HASSAN AYARIGA APC, Iva Kwabena Green Street CPP, Henry Herbert Lahate GCPP, PERCIVAL KOFI AKPALOO LPG, and David Asibi Ayindena Apasara for PNC. Now, for the 5 who were disqualified, we have 2 independent candidates by the names of KOFI KORANTENG and MARRICKE. And for the other 3 who are affiliated with political parties, we have Adai Odike of the United Progressive Party, Kwesi BUSUMBRU of the People's Action Party, and Nana Ajeni Mboateng of the United Front Party. Out of the 5 who were disqualified, 2 have raised concerns about their disqualification. For Kofi Gan, his concern is that he will seek redress with the Electoral Commission over some of the issues that have been raised, whilst Ajeni Mboateng insists that he will go to court to get his concerns addressed and ensure that he pulls through with the electoral process. We gather that Kofi Gan is at the premises trying to get redress from the Electoral Commission. So stay with us. This is the Citi Newsroom. So we have with us MARRICKE, one of the disqualified aspirants, and we're going to find out from him what his interactions with the Electoral Commission has been. So tell us, what is the latest development?
The latest development is frustration. For us, every minute now counts, and the EC has not given us anything on which to proceed further.
The EC says a number of the signatures on your nomination forms were forged. What's your response to that?
I don't have a response because that is not true as far as we are concerned, which is exactly why we are here, to find out, show us which signatures you claim are forged, from which district, from who. So if even that we are not being given an opportunity to engage and we are being, moved around, then, that's a further concern for us.
Were your forms signed by the individuals who endorsed them?
Look. Take Accra, for example. I was in my own car going around house to house, and people can attest to that. The same process was executed everywhere else in this country. So, that's why we want to get to the bottom of this.
Well, the EC says the issue with regards to your nomination has become a legal one involving the CID. So obviously you wouldn't have been called for a redress.
But here we are, we haven't had any conversations with the CID. Nobody has called us from any quarters. I mean, we can't just hear things and then that's the end of it.
As we speak now, the CID has not contacted you?
I haven't had any conversation. All I've been getting all day has been media.
We're speaking with MARRICKE, the independent candidate who was disqualified by the Electoral Commission due to some concerns with his application. We'll cross over to my colleague Sixtus, who is going to give us a wrap of some of the country's history with regards to disqualifications.
Only 8 out of the about 16 persons who submitted nomination forms for the 2012 presidential election were passed. The NDP, New Vision Party, Ghana Freedom Party, Independent People's Party, Yes People's Party, and Democratic Freedom Party were all disqualified. There was, however, no drama around these disqualifications, as the National Democratic Congress, Great Consolidated Popular Party, New Patriotic Party, Progressive People's Party, United Front Party, the People's National Convention, Convention People's Party, and independent candidate Jacob Osei-Yeboah went through onto the ballot paper. 16 presidential nominees were filed for the 2016 elections. The Electoral Commission initially disqualified 10 of the number that submitted nominations, impugning criminality to the conduct of their nomination processes. Unlike in 2012, when the disqualified aspirants did not contest the Electoral Commission's decisions, the 2016 aspirants went to court, guns blazing, questioning the independent body on its actions. The court ordered the commission to allow the disqualified aspirants time to correct the errors in their nomination documents that led to their disqualification. Subsequently, 10 of them resubmitted their nomination papers, and 3, PPP, NDP, and PNC, were successfully passed to contest the election, bringing the total number of candidates for the 2016 presidential election to 7. These were CPP, NDP, NDC, PPP, NPP, PNC, and independent candidate Jacob Osei-Yeboah. For the 5 persons who have been disqualified from the 2020 presidential contest, their result would be to immediately go to the court if they are interested in clearing their names and getting themselves onto the ballot paper for the December poll.
We've caught up with Akwesi Odike, the presidential candidate for the United Progressive Party. He's one of those who was disqualified by the Electoral Commission. We're going to find out from him what he makes of this development and what his next line of action would be.
I knew we would get to this point because I was privy to the machinations that the EC and the current administration are putting in place to thwart my efforts to be on the ballot sheet.
So tell me, what were some of the issues that the EC raised with your nomination form?
The issues are that the handwritings and the signatures of those who nominated me are very consistent. They are the same. My brother, it is not a crime for somebody to fill a form in the presence of the nominee. We filled the forms for them in their presence and they signed. Even the Electoral Commission, when they were compiling the voters register, it is their staff who filled the forms for the citizens. I am not worried if I don't contest this election, but we will go to court and sue EC and go for damages and claims, because we've spent so much money to organize the party till to date. We spent not less than 5 million to do the police station executive elections, constituency elections, regional elections, and our Congress. And all the people who nominated me, they came from the districts to the regional capitals to endorse it. We give them money, and the EC cannot sit somewhere and disqualify me.
You have the very dissatisfied, disqualified aspirant. Now we'll cross over to another disqualified aspirant, Ajanim Boateng, who also puts across his concerns.
It is an orchestration from the office of the president, because I picked the interlink way back 1 month ago that I am very true to the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So he will make sure I'll be disqualified. My investigation tells me that it's even because of me that they raised the 50,000 to 100,000. And it shocked that I was able to pay. As a law-abiding citizen, I respect the supremacy of rule of law. I will test the law. And we are preparing. I've met with my legal team. Everything is on the way, and you will hear from us.
While some disqualified aspirants are disgruntled and displeased with the developments, others who have made it through, like ASIEDU Walker, are pleased with the Electoral Commission, and he has been speaking about his qualification.
In 2016, we were all witnesses to the chaos that went on in this country. This appears to be a very, very good run, a good manage under the EC, the current EC, Mrs. Jean Mensah. And that's why I thank them for their good work done. They gave us enough time. They recalled us to do some corrections, which we were not allowed to do so in 2016. I believe if you were here in 2016, you realize there were lots of court cases where the Supreme Court actually instructed that to be corrected. However, there was no time given. We are prepared to change this country. We are prepared to move this country forward. We cannot keep doing the same thing and expect different results. We must do something different, and we are here to do a lot of things differently.
I'm now going to speak to a legal practitioner to get a legal perspective on these disqualifications. You're welcome to the Citi Newsroom, sir.
Thank you.
What really is the standard practice to get your concerns addressed when you're disqualified in an election like this?
Well, the law requires that for every person to be condemned, the person must be heard. I mean, any person who is here, when I use condemn, I am using it technically. If any adverse decision is taken against you, you are entitled to challenge. Now, among some of the grounds that you can use to challenge a decision, an adverse decision that has been taken against you, is to challenge it on the basis that you are not heard. Because any person, before any person is condemned, you must be heard. So if the EC has failed to grant you that right, you are entitled to challenge the EC on that basis.
We've had issues also coming up with forged signatures amongst the likes. What is the legal implication of such an act?
Well, like I'm sure by now you have heard that fraud vitiates everything. So if you do anything and then fraud is detected, the whole thing has to be set aside. Now, forgery are criminal offenses. They are not minor issues. They are very serious matters. So when you are accused of fraud or forgery being criminal offenses, I think the person who is making the allegation has a right or is entitled to report you to the appropriate quarters, which I think in this case the EC did. They said they are reporting the issues of fraud and forgery that they have detected. The decision regarding some people's signature, if the EC takes a decision or takes a view that it amounts to fraud, crime, I think the appropriate quarters for that hearing to be heard is the police, as EC said they have done. But if it is to the effect that the person says, for example, he doesn't know you, or we think the person doesn't know you, I think the EC is required by law to hear his side of the story and to hear the other persons for them to, take that kind of decision. But they can't jump, in taking a decision that he hasn't been heard.
Some members of parliament have called on Ghanaians to respect the Electoral Commission's decision to disqualify 5 presidential aspirants in the 2020 general elections. The EC at a briefing on Monday approved the candidature of 12 out of the 17 aspirants. A number of the disqualified aspirants have served notice of their discontent with the process. There is more in the following report.
The Electoral Commission approved the candidature of 12 aspirants and announced same at a forum on Monday. Subsequently, the Commission has conducted an exercise to determine the positions of the candidates on the ballot sheet. Some members of Parliament have been speaking to Citi News on the processes so far.
We don't want a situation where the Electoral Commission will give the impression that some others will benefit more than the others and that there are priorities given to some political parties and etc. etc. We want to see a committed EC working to benefit Ghana to ensure transparent, free and fair elections.
I think we should allow the Electoral Commission. It is an independent body, and I believe that they are thorough in the vetting of candidates. So we should leave them to do their work. It's unfortunate. I just hope that for those who have been disqualified, they would give them reasons why they have been disqualified.
In relation to allegations of financial malfeasance at Ghana's mission in Belgium, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Frank Anodompre, says a joint team is set to be dispatched to Brussels to probe the allegations that triggered the closure of multiple accounts of the mission.
I can disclose to you we have HASSAN, who is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee and is a ranking member of the Finance Committee. Because of his background, we took him on board, and then Honorable Fuseni, who also has a very strong financial background. We are hoping, and we have confidence in these two personalities, and we are hoping that we'll be able to come out as soon as possible with some significant information which will enable us to be able to put matters in context. So it's important, and we have to all guard and protect the image of our country.
The House also approved an €80 million loan facility agreement between the government and Commerce Bank to finance the Sekondi Takoradi water supply, rehabilitation and expansion project. Here are excerpts of the debate on the floor before the agreement was approved.
This is a project for water supply. So if you are going for a project for water supply and the premium, I do not think the kind of risk involved such that the premium to be paid should give you 16%. So the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Works and Housing or Water Resources, in going for a facility of this, should take note of the amount of premium that is being paid by this government for a facility of this nature.
I would strongly urge the Minister for Water Resources to have a second look at this. And if we have to fall on River Pra, as I said, there will have to be a much more determined effort to stop mining operations in both the Ofeng and the Pra rivers.
The wife of the slain Fansman MP, Ophelia Hayford, has filed her nomination to contest the seat as the NPP's parliamentary candidate in the upcoming polls. Now, this follows the decision by the National Executive Committee of the party to have her represent the party in the Fansman constituency after her husband was shot dead by suspected armed robbers earlier this month. Now, speaking after filing her nomination, Mrs. Hayford indicated her preparedness to continue with the good work started by her late husband.
Mozikan Medayan or Mampenyin Nana Adodan KWASI National, Regional, and our constituency in Penyinfo. Our Reshema, when ya mumu, the member Jinamukun Eko Kwansa Hayford na name. Mahukeka, Mompai born in Mamu Yenti, Wama me who dare. According to my pa, no, ya bet you do. And that my man, we, one mamma is one my papa. Men who dare, Moaku could do for time, met you. And mamma can you there, one my fa crew ye in Kabum, near fam, in Fansman who ban, Nebi Biara, a call Kwanza Hayford, no, ya bet you do. Now could him send us to Bayanze. But the battle is still the Lord's.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV with me, Fremedu Nyame, and
Michael Obodu.
Now, still to come, gunmen shoot Chinese national at Ahojo Atenga Junction in Kumasi.
Details of that story and more after this break. Please stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrady, KJBIL. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in KJBIL off the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
It is Christmas. What do you want for Christmas? A new car, a vacation, or expand your business? Make your wish and have it come true in the 100 days of Christmas with a Republic Bank Christmas loan. The Republic Christmas loan is quick, easy, and so affordable with super fast turnaround time. Come into any of our branches nationwide. Call or WhatsApp 055-654-3212 or apply online via republicghana.com. Remember, wear your nose mask, stay safe. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
Close-up deep action with antibacterial mouthwash formula and deep cleaning gel. Close-up deep action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath.
Have you wondered why people patronize from Franco Trading Enterprise? Follow me, I'll show you why. So this is the reason why people patronize from us. It's because we have quality and affordable mobile phones and accessories. Talk of Alcatel, iPhone, Samsung, and among others. We also have quality laptops and affordable television of all sizes. Our latest baby on the block is the Franco TV 65-inch Smart TV. It's just going to blow your mind. The picture quality is superb. Our shops are open for both wholesalers and retailers. You can also walk into any of our shops nationwide to window shop. But remember to always put on your face mask. Franco Trading Enterprise, indeed the home of quality mobile phones, televisions, and accessories.
You've come a long way from where you started, and in that time, you've upgraded a lot. But have you upgraded your entertainment? When you upgrade to GoTV Max, everyone gets an upgrade. Football fans can up their game with La Liga and get all new action with the NBA and NFL on a brand new channel, ESPN. The kids will go crazy for the most popular kids shows, and family night is sorted with blockbuster movies on TNT. Plus, our local celebrities will keep you connected to your continent, while our general entertainment channels will take you international. There's a whole lot for the whole family when you upgrade to GoTV Max. So make the move today and give your family an upgrade they'll love. GoTV, live it, love it.
Welcome back to the City Newsroom. On Constituency Radar, we take you to the Yape-Kusegu constituency of the Savannah region, where a former Deputy Energy Minister, John Jinapor, who is the incumbent NDC MP, is bracing himself to retain the seat. The New Patriotic Party now has to present a new candidate for the parliamentary election after losing their candidate, Abu Kamara, in a road accident over the weekend. City News' Richard Fogor takes a look at the contest in the constituency following the sudden demise of the NPP candidate.
The Yape-Kusegu constituency in the Central Gonja district is as old as the Fourth Republic because it was created in 1992. Ethnic groups in the constituency include the Gonja, Dagomba, Ewe, Chokose, Bimoba, Frafra, and the Akan. The constituency borders the Tamale Metro, West Gonja Municipal, Northeast Gonja, North Gonja, Kintampo North, and the Tolon districts. Major towns in the constituency are Bipwe, Yape, Fufuso, Kosogo, Sankpala, Tolowe, Mpaha, and Mankpan. The constituency is seen as the industrial hub of the Savannah region. It holds a diamond cement factory, a PBC shell nut processing factory, and a bus depot. The Yape-Kosogo constituency is the largest in the Savannah region and has the largest voter population as well, with a total of 62,453 registrants recorded in the just ended voters registration exercise. It is considered a safe seat of the opposition National Democratic Congress, as the party has won the constituency since 1992, with Alhaji Ahmadu Seidu as the Member of Parliament until 2016, when John Abdullah Jinapor took over. John Jinapor's introduction in 2016 appears to have made the work more difficult for the ruling New Patriotic Party. Despite having consistently reduced the margins of its defeat in the constituency to just 662 votes in 2012, the NPP failed to keep that momentum and lost by nearly 10,000 votes to John Jinapor in 2016. Until his demise last Friday, Abu Kamara, a new entrant for the NPP, was poised to take the seat for the party.
I started with the NDC and I abandoned them during the course of time. Why? Because for 28 years now, there's nothing to show. You have gone round. I wish you had the opportunity to travel to the Tolwe area or the Debra area to see how deprived our people are. Currently, this constituency, only 30% of the constituency is even within network coverage. So as a PC or as a reporter, if you had gone to the Debra area, apart from Paham Township, there's no any other town that you would be able to even get common reception. Road network, zero. Water, zero. Public toilet, zero. Everything is at a standstill here. So for 28 years, my people have been deprived. And this year, by the grace of God, MPP has a candidate. The candidate has a manifesto, because I have a specific manifesto for the people of Debra area. I have a specific manifesto for the people of Kosogo. I have a specific manifesto for Tuluwe people. I have a manifesto for Mankpan people, and I have a manifesto for Bupe people, which at the end of the day, I'll be accountable to the people. And that is what the yardstick they will also use to measure my performance.
The incumbent, John Jinapor, is however confident of retaining the seat.
When you extend electricity to a community, you are creating jobs. When you improve the water system, when you improve the health system, you are creating jobs. When you construct roads, you are creating jobs. When you recruit people into the police service, people into the military, people into the educational subsector, you are creating jobs. By establishing 3 secondary schools here, we are creating jobs. By establishing an ultra-modern hospital here, we are creating jobs. And so I am surprised that the MPP in this constituency even has the audacity and the temerity to talk about job creation. When they assumed office, those we had employed, Zoom Lion, youth employment, revenue collection, they dismissed all of them. And you can check, a lot of people have been sacked following the assumption of office by the MPP administration. And so it can only come from somebody who doesn't understand the constituency. We did a very good job in the constituency, and by the grace of the Almighty God, when we assume office, through our big push and our agenda to create 1 million jobs, the youth would be our focal point and would ensure that we employ the bulk and the mass of the people of this constituency.
What do constituents have to say about them?
John Jinapor is an asset to the people of Yape-Kosogo constituency for the fact that his first term in parliament, it was just a collaborative a push. Everybody supported, and he won almost 85% after 2016 election. And the guy is doing very well in parliament. He's trying to advocate and trying to empower the people of Central Gunja, Yape-Kosogo, to be precise. Then we hope and believe and trust that with the knowledge and wisdom and potential this guy is having, we can push him forward. He can even become the president of the Republic of Ghana.
If you look at the town, I don't think we are seeing the development that we are supposed to see. because a town that has been dominated by NDC for such a long period of time. And you come here, you can't find toilet facility, you can't find gutters, you go to the market, everything is poor. So actually, I think we need a new face to come on board and to see whether we can have changes in terms of development. And actually, Abu Kamara is actually showing signs of good leadership, because him being just a mere parliamentary candidate, and he has initiated quite a number of projects. He's actually constructing a gutter from Yipala to Warrentu, through Warrentu to Bridge here. Then he's also spearheading the construction of 2 different toilet facilities. To go to the market, you can see that the structures in the market has also been revamped.
Abu Kamara passed on October 16, 2020 in a car crash while returning to Tamale after inspecting a project in the constituency. Citi News has been speaking to some constituents about the development.
Personally speaking, I cannot be certain whether there will be, impact on that, but at all, if there will be anything of a sort, it has to be a reduction in their numbers, but not to influence positively to the advantage of the ruling MPP government. That one, no. I can assure you, because this is a seat that is safe for NDC. And in the days of our brother, I told you the last time that there's no way our brother could even make an impact as compared to the former PC for MPP in the past years.
Somebody who was actually changing the face of the politics in the area, moving it from the normal way of doing politics in the area, that is the distribution of salt, sugar, 5 cedis to influence people to vote, to where candidates are campaigning based on tangible development projects. If you go to the entire constituency, every major community that is set his foot in, you either see toilet in his name, school in his name, a borehole in his name, gutter in his name. And I think this is what was doing the magic for him. And it was drawing support from both sides, both the NDC and MPP. Everybody was actually admiring him for his kind of effort.
The New Patriotic Party has begun processes to find a new parliamentary candidate for the Yape Kusago constituency with less than 50 days to the polls. I am Richard Fogo reporting for Citi News from Wipe.
President Akufo-Addo says government will continue to resource the country's armed forces to protect Ghanaians at all times. And according to him, this is because of the growing insecurity within the West African sub-region, which puts pressure on government to adequately equip the Ghana armed forces to defend the country. The president was speaking at the commissioning of the Naval Training Command at Nutekpo in the South Tong district of the Volta region. Citi News' Samaria has more in this report.
According to President Akufo-Addo, the command center will accommodate all the training schools of the Navy under a unified command to improve capacity building in the Navy and other stakeholders in the maritime industry. Nana Akufo-Addo says increasing economic activities in the maritime environment, especially in the oil and gas sector, and its accompanying security challenges demand the presence of a well-trained maritime force for the purpose of offering enhanced protection. With piracy and armed robbery in the Gulf of Guinea presenting significant threats to national and regional maritime activity, Nana Akufo-Addo says the Navy has a duty to protect the country's territorial waters.
Increasing economic activities in the maritime environment, especially in the oil and gas and fisheries sectors, purpose of offering enhanced protection. It has been 13 years since our country, under the leadership of the outstanding Ghanaian statesman, the second president of the Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, discovered oil in commercial quantities. Since production began, this sector has developed into a very important one for the growth and development of the country, as it is providing significant revenue to government, offering security challenges and implications. Today, piracy and armed robbery in the Gulf of Guinea continue to present other incidents, such as illegal oil bunkering, kidnapping at sea for ransom, illegal fishing, terrorism, and drug trafficking are common threats occurring across international and territorial waters. These transnational crimes do not only threaten the peace of our nation and region, but they also come at a great cost to our economy and to those of our neighbors. We therefore need every naval officer and sailor to be equipped with creative solutions to deal with present and future maritime security challenges and stay ahead of the criminal actors at sea.
A rescue operation is underway by personnel from the Achimota Divisional Police Command, Fire Service, Ambulance Service and the National Disaster Management Organization to save about 20 people trapped under the collapse of a 6-story building at Achim Batabi in the eastern region.
The Church of Prosperity building, which belongs to Prophet Akwa Isaac, came down on Tuesday afternoon when some members of the church were resting in the church building after a prayer session.
Citi News sources confirmed that about 30 people have so far escaped, with one person confirmed dead, while several others are trapped in the debris.
Okay. Me papa na ema me ba HASSAN me bompa yenti. Me besi na damfo biso. Nti me besi na damfo no so no. Me bompa yeni bi no mo so mo ye fasting. Ti o mo wie ye no. Omo ba dan na senti na me wo top wo India na se kanti. Me wie na me be kra no na mafaka na mako. Ti du ono no mo se owo bi apie wahala nti omo mema ne mekunu. Na omo so mo abre. Nti no ho na ne yeti se dan ne fiase bubu. Ti ebubu no na ndi obi adwane afa ba bia obefa. Ti me no me du ano na me hwiri fi ano no pepepesi abonten pe. Na dan no ebubu meti. Ti se me papa na damfo na me ba no ho no. Ese ye pie nso me hu no me frene line nso a enko. Ana nipa nso wa ase bebre mo mu de.
Ya da wan ye ti de. Dan na fu bebre. Nti e ma na mfuntuma dan no dun tutu na de nti ye hu hwe. Ye di amika ye di.
Na bodos na mo so dan.
Na ye 62.
62. Na why you are sorry and na fe mu go so.
Ya pon so le ko ya so le wo so.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. My name is Michael Obodu and I'm here with Still ahead in the bulletin, Greater Accra Regional Security Council vows to deal with any secessionist group found under its jurisdiction.
We'll bring you the details plus more shortly. Don't go away.
Play the golden goal on Bet Planet today with just 20 Ghana Cedis. You could win a Mercedes and 100,000 Ghana Cedi worth of prizes. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18.
What's poppin'? Brand new dramas, that's what. Ethan Hawke leads a group of freedom fighters in the daring battle to end slavery in Mnet's brand new historical miniseries. We're gonna start a revolution. And the rebellious daughter must step up and take the reins of a late father's criminal enterprise in Africa Magic's brand new local series.
What do I do?
What else is poppin'? brand new pop-up channels. That's what's poppin'. We're serving up family dramas and intrigue galore in The Beloved Man on the new telenovelas channel.
Citizens, we cannot allow this situation to go on.
We're packing a punch with the kung fu adventures of the Chinese Odyssey on the brand new Kicks channel. And we're going crazy over arts and crafts with Cooksy on the new Newsroom channel. So pop on over to DSTV for the best of brand new this month.
Don't forget the balloons,
check,
the DJ,
check,
and the drinks.
Listen, honey, I've got this party under control, okay?
Daddy, don't forget our birthday cake with the sparkly candles. Daddy, are you there?
The party's at 4 p.m., honey. Don't be late.
With the all-new CowPay on the CowBank app and website, you don't have to worry about carrying cash. Just place your order with your favorite merchant and pay with a Visa or MasterCard, mobile money or CowBank account, or scan and pay. Visit the Play Store or App Store and download the CowBank app today. CowBank app. Forget to cash.
CowBank. Forward.
'Cause I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing. Better than you've ever seen. I'm the new best thing. I'm gonna be the king. I bring that ching ching ching. Yeah, I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing.
Discover new Silky Guinness Smooth. Perfectly balanced for a smooth, refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth.
Hello again. The Greater Accra Regional Security Council has vowed to deal with any secessionist group found under its jurisdiction. According to the council, its borders with the Volta region have been adequately secured to forestall attempts by any group or individuals to undertake an attack in Accra.
Speaking at the 2020 Regional Coordinating Council meeting, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Ishmael Ashite urged chiefs and traditional leaders to report any acts of suspicion by groups or individuals for an immediate action. There is more in this report.
As part of the constitutional requirement for regional coordinating councils to, among other things, monitor, coordinate and evaluate the performance of district assemblies in the capital, the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council held its 2020 meeting to review public services generally in the region. Addressing various metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives in Accra, the minister Ishmael Ashite urged the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs to be alert and report any suspicious actions by groups or individuals to the police for quick action to be taken by the RECSEG.
In recent times, the activities of the secessionist group have gained notoriety in the country, especially in the Volta region. As a region sharing contiguous boundary with the Volta region, we have also had a brush with the group in some communities along the borders. Critical installations in those places have been placed under security alert to forestall attempts by the group to launch any attack. I would like to take this opportunity to warn the group to desist from engaging in any illegal acts in the region, as the Regional Security Council will deal swiftly with any group of persons who will try to foment trouble within the region.
Issues bordering on education, health, security, chieftaincy, access to potable water and roads were discussed at the meeting. Speaking on issues of sanitation in Accra, he advised various MMDCs to register the activities of waste collectors in their communities to help reduce the indiscriminate disposal of waste in the region.
Another worrying phenomenon is the operation of baller taxis in the communities. Majority of these operations are not registered and therefore not regulated in any way. They collect refuse from households and dump them along the motorway or within the communities when no one is watching. It is about time Assembly register and regulate the activities of these individuals to stop the nuisance.
The minister says over 16,000 jobs have been created in the region as a result of the one district, one factory policy by government.
Available data on the 1D, 1F indicate that so far the projects that have been commissioned and are operational have increased from have created over 16,000 jobs. It is expected that when all the projects start operating, the number will increase to about 20,000.
A Chinese national is currently battling for his life after he was shot by unknown gunmen at Ahujo-Atenga Junction in KOMASI on Tuesday morning. The victim has since been rushed to the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital for medical attention.
The incident comes barely 24 hours after 36-year-old Maxwell Heto was killed by some unknown gunmen on Monday morning at Atonso in the Ashanti region. Residents in the Ashanti regional capital, KOMASI, have thus made a passionate appeal to the police to address the growing incidents of violent crimes recorded in recent times. Citi News' Edward Opomafo reports.
During the Inspector General of Police's tour of the Ashanti region last week, the Asantini Otumfuo Asiedu II urged the police administration to, as a matter of urgency, address the issue of proliferation of arms in the Ashanti region. The Asantini was worried that a number of people in the region had access to small arms, which in most cases are used to commit crimes. He thus urged the police service to use all available legal means to address the problem. Coming on the back of this, the greater KOMASI area has witnessed 2 successive shooting incidents, a situation residents have described as deeply worrying. First, a 36-year-old man was shot dead at Atonsu on Monday, and the second was the shooting of a Chinese national at Ahujo-Atenga Junction on Tuesday. According to an eyewitness, the victim had, in the company of colleagues, visited a shop to purchase credit vouchers when he was attacked by some unknown gunmen on motorbikes. The eyewitnesses say the gunmen snatched a bag from the victim and shot him immediately and sped off. The vendor, whom the Chinese national had visited to purchase the credit voucher, Albert Ibrahim, has been narrating the incident to Citi News.
I was here around 9 o'clock, and some Chinese men, they came and parked car at this side. So one of them crossed the road to come and buy credit. So when he came, he told me that he's buying Vodafone for 100 cedis. So I was about to give the credit to him. I saw someone snatched his bag from his armpit at his back. So he turned to look the person who did that, and he shoot his left shoulder. So they were sitting on 2 motos. They were 4. So when they collected this, they turned and passed this side. Because of the guns, everybody was afraid of the guns. So nobody was able to attack them. So this is the first time, so I was even shaken. There was nothing that I can do about it because I was very shaken, but I haven't seen something before.
He therefore called for increased police presence in the area to help prevent such occurrences.
My suggestion is they should get some police posts around here because here is a very dangerous place.
For Rachel Mensah-Bonsu, who works in the vicinity and witnessed the shooting incident, such heinous crimes must be ruthlessly dealt with by the security apparatus.
It's really terrifying because I saw it with my real eyes. I saw how the thing got started. So I started to I cried and I started to scream, but the way they just turned the gun direct to me, I have to keep quiet so that they will just go their way. And what I would just want the authority to do to help we the citizens is they should come into our aid to help us, because this thing has been going on. Yesterday, that same thing happened at Atonsu, and to the right at Ahojo Watinga Junction, right behind the bank, Fidelity Bank. So we are pleading to them that they should help us.
And this is where we part company. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Remember that our website, citinewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CitiTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Frema Dunyame.
And my name is Michael Obodu. Happy birthday, Frema.
Thank you, Michael.
As always, thank you for watching, and please stay safe.